Hello everyone, I'm Justin and for today's video we'll be visiting the school. But be very quiet, we don't want to grab their attention. Play the music! Today I present you the School Life Club. 4 girls living their life to their fullest in school, doing all kinds of activities and for some reason never leaving the place. I wonder why. Yes, if you haven't found out yet, this is a zombie anime. Set in a world overrun by zombies, our main heroines are holed up in a school trying to survive, enjoy life, and maintain sanity. We have 4 protagonists. Yuri, the mom of the group who takes care of everybody. Kurumi, the strong and fit member who does all the heavy lifting and kills the zombies with her shovel. Miki, the reserved and mature Kuohai. And of course, Yuki, the happy, clumsy girl who we found out has closed her mind to reality and lives in a world of fantasy, unable to accept the sad truth.
お預けしてる時の顔がもうねすっごく可愛くてギューってしたくなるんだよ先輩あ、みーくんどうしたの
And with that explanation, let's move on to review this anime. The good, the bad, as well as its ending, from both the anime and the manga, so there will be major spoilers ahead. With that in mind, let's move on to our first topic. Well, this anime came during all the zombie wave, with The Walking Dead, Zombieland, and many more. To me, this anime brought something different to the mix, with the idea of having a character with delusions unable to accept the loss of friends and family, so she creates a world in her head in which everything is fine and she is in a club room that has decided to live school life as its fullest by sleeping in school and never leaving. And while Yuki's delusion may be dangerous since she is not able to discern between friends and zombies, it gives some hope and a sense of normalcy to the other girls and pushes them to keep moving forward, which I think it's important in a doom situation with nothing but bad things happening every day. I really enjoyed how Yuki was always optimistic, and while Yuri and Kurumi were always trying to help her, Miki was not sure if letting her live those fantasies was the best idea, which pushed some necessary confrontation in their lives. During this 12-episode anime, we learned that the world has been overrun by zombies, and our protagonists are surviving in a school that has been modified to work as a safe house in case of a virus outbreak, by a company called the Randall Corporation. We first see our protagonist teacher Megumi taking care of everybody, and of course taking a special care of Yuki, protecting her from zombies and guiding her through life. But we never see her directly interact with any other of the girls, which in fact is later revealed that Megumi died protecting the girls from zombies, and in reality, the Megumi we see is yet another delusion of Yuki who couldn't cope with her death. We also have the cutest, bravest, and best boy in the world, Taromaru, who brings a smile every time we see him, and he's as goofy as Yuki, but cuter and more reliable. And whoever thought about doing any harm to him has no soul. But we will talk about that later. Overall, the interactions between the girls and how they are living their life to their fullest is something I really enjoyed, and I thought it worked great with this type of environment, as adding the moe qualities of 4 girls living their school life combined with the impending doom of zombies apocalypse is something that you don't get to see every day. Aside from that, another thing to mention is the opening of this anime. Of course, the song is cute and combines perfectly with the idea of girls living in a school, but the images shown are what pushes it to another level. Every episode is a bit different compared to the previous one. In the first one, we barely see anything, as we are on this Yuki's delusion of everything is fine and that it's just an anime about cute girls doing cute stuff. But as we move on and the plot progresses, the images start to change to zombies and destroyed classrooms, as well as Megumi's as a zombie and her tomb, which brings something different on every episode in order to make you stay for the whole minute and a half that is playing. I think it was amazing. As a last point, I really want to praise the author for his writing. You can see that he cares about these characters and sees them as humans rather than just empty protagonists that can't do anything. They have feelings, they learn, they love, they struggle and cry, and you can really imagine yourself in their shoes doing something similar, which is something really enjoyable in any type of anime. But well, with that said, let's move on to our next topic. It is difficult to make a realistic zombie apocalypse, as some make the zombies run really fast or unkillable, and some others make them slow and dumb. In this case, we get a mix of both. The zombies are dumb since they cannot go upstairs or do any difficult actions, but they still remember their life as students, which brings them to school every day. While I myself don't know what is the best kind of zombie, I just know that I still haven't found it yet, and the ones in this anime are no exception. But I do appreciate the author trying something different with these zombies. On another note, I am also a bit disappointed that the anime has a bit of a difference with the manga, as in the manga, Miki appears later on, but on the other side, Toromaru has a bigger role in the anime, so I would say you take the good with the bad. Aside from that, I really have no complaints with this anime, so let's move on to our last topic. As I mentioned before, this will be a combined ending of both the anime as well as the continuation in the manga, so if you haven't watched it yet, or you're planning on reading the manga, stop right now, because there will be major spoilers ahead. The anime gets to a point where Toromaru goes to the basement of the school and Kurumi follows him, just to both get bitten by the zombie of Megumi. Through some files they also find that there is a kind of antidote in the basement of the school, so Miki sets out to get the antidote while Yuri takes care of Megumi. During that time, we see Yuri struggle on whether to kill Kurumi as she's getting infected and is getting a lot of pain. And Yuki starts to come in terms with Megumi's death and starts to accept reality. As Miki is being surrounded by the zombies, Yuki realizes that there still remains some memories on the zombies, so she tells the students to go back home, saving Miki in the process and bringing the antidote to Kurumi, who survives. But on the other hand, Toromaru is too small, and the virus has affected his little body too much, so he gives some last parting words and a smile to Miki before closing his eyes forever. The author is a soulless monster.
タローマルもう何よ。
The girls decide they can either go to Randall Corporation for more information or to the university for safer grounds, and after the ceremony, they decide to go to a university as it is the next step in the school life, taking a car and setting off to the sunset. To me, this ending was beautiful midpoint to the story, as it gives some closure for the Megumi arc and help Yuki overcome her fears. So let's move on to where the anime left in the manga. After leaving school, they get a motor house and keep moving to the university. Looking into an elementary school in the process, Yuri also finds a small girl who she calls Little Sister. But we later find out that in reality, it was just a teddy bear, as Yuri lost her sister some time ago and everybody was just playing along to keep Yuri happy, as they did for Yuki in the past. After that, they arrive to the university and are attacked by a group, while a second group of people save them. They find out that the first group is called the Fight Club and has some really strict rules in order to survive, while the second group, the Depravity Club, decides to just take life easy, playing games and enjoying life, much like our protagonists. On another note, Kurumi's situation is worsening. While the virus has stopped, she's feeling colder every day and losing a bit of strength. At some point, one of the Fight Club people gets infected with no apparent reason, which causes both the club to fight, as one of the students, Ayaka, takes pleasure in killing both zombies and humans. It is hinted that she killed the other members, but at some point, it is revealed that the virus has mutated and become airborne. The Fight Club gets eliminated with the exception of a girl who was pregnant, and our club goes to Randall Corporation to put an end to the virus. They discover a paramilitary group that wants Kurumi, as she survived the virus, but plans to bomb the whole city in order to stop the spread of the virus. So the girls decide to escape while looking for clues on how to stop this virus. One of the students from the university, she was a scientist studying the infection and discovers that the virus is in fact a bacteria that came from a marsh. And they discovered that the water of the marsh is the cure for the virus. So they escape back to the school while being followed by the military. The final chapters takes us back to school, where the girls discovered that the water of the marsh was being used as a water supply for the school. There, the girls try to get some water to help awakening Kurumi, and in the process, Miki gets also infected, but drinks the water. Proving that the water works, they inform the military group and are saved. We move 3 years in the future, and we see Yuri working in an office reconstructing the country. Kurumi is starting to become a doctor, Miki traveling around the country, and finally Yuki, taking the place of Megumi-sensei as the new teacher for the kids. A beautiful ending indeed. And while some parts went back to the cliché of zombie shows, most of the story was a journey of 4 girls surviving and living their school lives. And looking at them all alive and well after many years brought some tears to my face. And with that, we come to the conclusion of this anime and manga review. What did you guys thought about this ending? Did you enjoy the school life as much as I did? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you guys next time.